The Heartbreaks. The Heartbreaks are a British alternative rock band formed in Morecambe, Lancashire in 2009. The band consists of singer Matthew Whitehouse, songwriter and drummer Joseph Kondras, guitarist Ryan Wallace, and bassist Christopher Deaks Deakin. Early career. The band formed in the seaside resort of Morecambe in 2009, brought together by a shared love of soul music, orange juice, and gritty northern literature. Before forming the band, Whitehouse and Kondras worked as ice cream men. Wallace was a roofer, and Deakin just floated from place to place. Whitehouse was the 2008-2009 Northwest's under-21 fastest soft-serve pourer. The competition was held in Skelmersdale, where he won £35 of W.H. Smith vouchers and a pair of monogrammed pouring gloves. The band have been described as fanatical experts on the British seaside, and many of their early rehearsals took place in an old snooker hall off the promenade. A few months after forming, the band were named Manchester Evening News Band of 2009. In February 2010, the band were featured on a compilation EP released by independent label Fierce Panda called Rip It Up. Their inclusion, an early demo of song Jealous, Don't You Know, was given its first airplay by Steve Lamacq, who introduced it on his BBC Radio 6 music show as Lipstick on Your Collar meets a juggernaut of guitars which veered off the motorway somewhere in the 1980s. Lamacq would go on to describe a London Heartbreaks show around this time as like being at the infamous Sex Pistols show at the Free Trade Hall, Manchester, June 1976. The Heartbreaks released their debut single, Liar, My Dear, through Parlophone subsidiary 77s in March 2010. Described as an itchingly beautiful debut by The Independent, it was followed by a second release on Fierce Panda in August 2010, I Didn't Think It Would Hurt to Think of You, and a tour with former Libertines frontman Carl Barrett, who described them as the finest support band I think I've ever had. A third single, Jealous Don't You Know, was released through their own imprint, Morecambe Rock, on Tritone/Piasuck in March 2011, and was later remixed by English synth-pop duo Hertz. These early singles earned the band comparisons to the Smiths and Manic Street Preachers in The Enemy, who would also describe the Heartbreaks as one of the most exciting bands in the UK today. Throughout 2011, the Heartbreaks supported both Morrissey and Hertz across Europe and performed for Bono in Milan, Kitsune in Paris, and Burberry in New York, with Chief Creative Officer Christopher Bailey declaring, I love their energy, effortless style, and very British attitude. Fun Times was produced by Tristan Ivney Babyshambles, Frank Turner, The Holloways, with additional production from Joe Cross Hertz, The Sound of Arrows, and the track Remorseful by Edwyn Collins and Sebastian Loosely. It achieved notable success in Japan, where lead single Delay Delay spent 8 weeks in the Japan Hot 100, peaking at number 9 in the chart. Delay Delay was voted track of 2012 by readers of The Fly, beating Pelican by the Maccabees with 6,000 votes. The Heartbreaks followed up Fun Times by releasing Polly as a single in September 2012, as well as a re-recorded version of Hand on Heart, with strings arranged by James Banbury of The Auteurs, in February 2013. After encountering the band in Morecambe, the co-editor of Crap Towns, Sam Jordison, wrote in The Independent about listening to Fun Times, the music is bursting with energy, love and poison. Best of all, just about every song is about Morecambe. They have looked behind the grime and decline and found poetry. Suddenly, the town seems cool. Post Fun Times. In early April 2013, Edwyn Collins revealed in an interview with The Enemy that he would be releasing a co-written 7 single with the band entitled What Are You Doing, Fool, for Record Store Day 2013. The B-side to the release was a cover of Orange Juice song, Untitled Melody. On 21 October, No Passerin, the first song to be taken from the band's then untitled second album, was made available to download for free from their official site. This was followed by 2 shows in London and Manchester, where tracks from the new album were performed live for the first time. The shows sold out in just a few hours. We May Yet Stand a Chance. In early March, the band announced via Twitter that their second album would be called We May Yet Stand a Chance. Produced by Manic Street Preachers producer Dave Eringa, it is to be released in the UK on 2 June, preceded by the singles Hey, Hey Lover, and Absolve. When asked what is new about the upcoming release, Whitehouse is quoted as saying, "Oh, many things. Cowboy psychedelia, sleazy bar room slide, discordal white noise wig outs. It all feels like a natural transition though, rather than a deliberate change of direction. Ultimately, we've committed to ideas more. Ideas were all discography. Studio albums. Eps. Singles.